Welcome to 3D Love, where we explore everything about the fascinating world of 3D graphics, animation, and design. I'm Anna, and with me is my co-host George.
Hey everyone! Today we've got some really interesting topics to cover about different dimensions in animation and design. Anna, shall we start with that cool perspective story about 3D rendering?
I saw how you did that, haha, perspective. Absolutely. You know, one of the most fascinating things about 3D rendering is how it plays with our perception. There was this recent example with a simple stickman character that really shows this off.
Oh, tell me more about that. How does it work?
Well, imagine looking at a flat 2D stickman character. From one angle, it might look like they're facing away from you, but then you rotate the 3D view and suddenly everything changes. The hands that seem to be in front of the abdomen are actually at hip level, and the character appears to be walking left.
That's what I love about 3D. It's all about perspective. Speaking of different dimensions, there's this interesting middle ground called 2.5D animation that's been gaining popularity.
Yes, it's like the perfect compromise between 2D and 3D. Can you explain what makes it special?
It's really clever, actually. 2.5D takes flat, 2D graphics and adds just enough depth to make them pop without going full 3D. It's like adding that extra spice to make things more interesting, but without the complexity and cost of full 3D animation.
And it's super versatile too. You can use it for marketing videos, explainers, even podcast openers. Plus, it works great across different platforms.
Speaking of dimensions, here's something interesting. When we talk about 3D shapes like spheres, we're dealing with true three-dimensional geometrical objects that exist in X, Y, and Z axis.
Right. Unlike their 2D cousins, circles, which exist on one flat plane, spheres are completely round objects in all directions from center. Think of planets, basketballs, or marbles. They're perfect examples of spheres in our everyday life.
Before we wrap up, any final thoughts on the evolution of these different dimensional approaches in animation?
I think it's exciting to see how creators are mixing and matching these different techniques. Whether it's clean flat 2D, full rendered 3D, or the clever 2.5D facsimile, each has its place in modern animation.
That's all the time we have for today's episode of 3D Love. Thanks for joining us on this dimensional journey.
Remember to show your 3D love by subscribing and tapping the like button. Join us next time for more fascinating discussions about the world of 3D. See you then!